I'm Marissa Farrar. Walt Disney. He was the man who created the first full-length animation film, and today his company has created over 650 motion pictures. There are 2 enormous amusement parks named after him. The company is now known around the world. According to JustDisney.com, he pioneered the fields of animation and found new ways to teach and educate. So, Disney. We all know this name. And then the first thing you think of is your childhood. What your favorite Disney movie was, and who your favorite character was, or perhaps still is. These classic movies and characters would have never developed if it were not for the man who started it with a pad, paper, and determinism to follow his dreams. This was Walt. I've been a diehard Disney fan my entire life. I've watched countless Disney movies, TV shows, musicals, and I've traveled to the famous Disney amusement parks. This morning, I'll discuss how Walt Disney's career as a producer, cartoon creator, and entrepreneur started with big dreams and hard work, and how his success is passed down and grown today. Walt Disney was born on December 5th, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. His family moved to Missouri and Kansas City when he was a small child. At an early age, Disney had a passion for drawing, photography, and the arts. In high school, he took many art classes, and he even took others at Chicago Art Institute while still in high school. He was only 16 when he enlisted for the military. He was too young to join, so he joined the Red Cross and was sent to France to drive ambulances. After leaving the Red Cross, Walt wanted to see where his talents and passions would take him. So he moved to Kansas City. According to biography.com, his brother Roy got him a job at the Seaman Robin Art Studio, where he met UB Iwerks, and I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's a very weird spelling. Disney learned about animation and cameras while working in the studio. The more experienced Disney became, he decided to produce his own films. He and 2 artists, Iwerks and Hugh Harman, created Laugh-O-Grams films, which were short cartoons. One of their short films was called the Alice Comedies, but quickly Walt and his studio fell into bankruptcy. In 1923, Walt took the little bit of money he had left and his talent to meet up with his brother Roy in California. According to the official Disney fan club, they borrowed an additional $500 and constructed a camera stand in their uncle's garage. The brothers got back on their feet and jumped back into producing Alice cartoons. And distributor Margaret Winkler, into producing the Alice cartoons was distributor Margaret Winkler. They created a new cartoon series called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Biography.com states Disney discovered that Winkler and her husband, Charles Mintz, had stolen the rights to Oswald, along with other Disney animators. After a long process of getting the rights back and other obstacles that Walt and Roy faced, they began their journey to success. They then developed a few new series, and Walt brought the character that we all know, Mickey Mouse, to life. And the show that he introduced Mickey Mouse to was called Plain Crazy. This was a silent film at the time. Mickey also appeared in Galloping Gauchos and Steamboat Willie. In 1928, Steamboat Willie was the first cartoon series that had sound and music. Continuing to use this popular character, Walt created Silly Symphonies in 1929. According to biography.com, this not only starred Mickey, but it brought in the new characters, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy, who we all know today. The Disney brothers seemed to never slow down and came out with more cartoons rather quickly. Each of these cartoons became more developed with sounds and visuals. According to American National Biography Online, Disney was quick to embrace innovations, producing the first cartoon using 3-color Technicolor process in the production Flowers and Trees in 1932, and assigned camera department head William Garrity to develop the multiplane camera, which allowed the use of 3-dimensional effects, beginning with Old Bill, which was produced in 1937. On December 21st, 1937, the brothers released the first full-length animated film, which was Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. American National Biography Online states 4.2 million from the initial release in the United States and Canada alone allowed Disney to build one of the art studios in Burbank, California. He released many other classics shortly after his first animated movie success, such as Pinocchio, Dumbo, Fantasia, and Bambi. According to the official Disney fan club, these were all released in the early 1940s. The more Disney films produced, the more popular his animations and films became. As we all know, Disney is not just known for his films, but also for his theme parks. In 1955, Disneyland opened in California, where millions of people have visited around the world and still continue today. As many of us have heard, Disney World includes parks within the overall property. One of the famous parks is Epcot, which Walt had envisioned early on. After the success of Disneyland, Walt decided to create another theme park in Florida. Disney had a specific idea for Epcot, which stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Disney explained Epcot as a controlled community showcase for American industry and research schools' cultural and educational opportunities. And if you've ever been to Epcot and you go inside the globe, you'll definitely see that his ideas were put into play. Unfortunately, Disney was diagnosed with lung cancer and died shortly later on December 15, 1966, before the park had opened. His brother opened the park in 1971, and his brother had named it Walt Disney World. Just like Disneyland, people from around the globe quickly came to see the theme park. Today in my speech, I discussed where Walt came from, where he began his career, how he changed and helped evolve animation and film production, and how he left a footprint on our world today. I find Disney to be an inspirational person. He took his talents to entertain millions of people in several generations and continues to do so. Walt Disney's name will be forever carried on, as well as his company of entertainment.